All about set to go. We get underway now with heat number 20 of the WA title. The AVEG WA Street Stock title, and Courtney McKean didn't go. The cars playing up in the 21, and Mitch Hamill back there in 31 is second last. Paul Briggs has passed one car, moves up to fifth. So run the back straight the first time. Kyron Bridges out in front from Lincoln Coleman. Behind them is Wayne Thompson, who needs some big points, and behind him will be Mark Jennings. Paul Briggs is next, then Bradley Roberts as they run down the main straight the first of 10 occasions. This heat brought to you by KJB Fabrications, and we've got some KG campaigners running third and fourth at the moment. Wayne Thompson, Mark Jennings and Paul Briggs 3, 4 and 5 at the moment, but out in front it's Kyron Bridges, who's having a tremendous title. Fifth on points at the moment in car number 99. And he's going to be on the first 3 rows, if not the second row, the way he's going at the moment. Coleman in second place, Thompson third, Jennings fourth and Paul Briggs fifth. And then back in sixth is Bradley Roberts. But while they're fighting for the minor end of the prize, the 99, Kyron Bridges skips away. Up the main straight he comes, doing a tremendous job out in front. Second place is Coleman. Thompson third. Back then to Jennings trying to get under Thompson. Then Paul Briggs right behind him. And back then to Bradley Roberts as they run the back straight once again. But the margin is skipping out somewhat. Our race leader has a good handy lead as they come into the main straight to complete another lap. This is heat number 20 of the WA title. 4 laps down and 6 to go. And the margin's 1.5 seconds. They've got a bit of making up to do if they're going to catch the race leader, who hasn't put a foot wrong. Coleman in second place. Jennings has got Thompson off the curb and moves into third now. Thompson back to fourth. Back to Paul Briggs in fifth place. Thompson tries to fight back on the outside as they come into the main straight. Thompson's gone wide and Paul Briggs will go into fourth place. Back then to Roberts right behind them. So at the halfway mark, the race leader is Kyron Bridges. Second place, the 81 at Coleman. Coleman runs wide. Which way will Jennings go? Trying to pass him, and Paul Briggs is there as well. Bradley Roberts fifth, and Wayne Thompson has gone back to sixth position as they come into the main straight. Bridges still out in front. Coleman in second place. Jennings third. Briggs, Roberts and Coleman. Out of turn number 2 and back down the back straight. Coleman makes a mistake and Jennings pounces and is now going to start the charge out after our race leader. Can he catch him with 3 to run? Paul Briggs trying to come through on Coleman. Coleman and Briggs have a collision in the top of the straight here, and they remain third and fourth. Inquiry flag comes out to the 25 car in fifth place, who comes under Paul Briggs as well. Out of turn number 2, Briggs is wide and Roberts goes to fourth. Mott goes to third now under Coleman as well. They run the back straight. Coleman's off the curb and Briggs tries to come through. Roberts almost spins himself out in front of Coleman. Up the main straight they come with 2 to run. Roberts, Coleman and Briggs having a ding-dong battle for the minor end of the prize. Jennings is closing the gap now on Bridges. They run the back straight. The margin was 1.5 seconds. Has Jennings got enough to catch the race leader? Bridges has 1 lap to go. The margin was 1.5. It's down to 0.8 of a second. Jennings is storming home. Out of turn 2, they'll come the last time. Bridges looks like he's getting tired as Jennings has caught him well and truly. He's a couple of car lengths in it. Can Kyron Bridges hang on? Jennings is storming home. Storms underneath him, in fact. Out of 3 and 4, a hip and shoulder contact. Jennings is going to get up. He does. Bridges second. Back then to Roberts, Coleman and Briggs. Sixth place goes to Wayne Thompson. Mitch Hamill is the last car to complete the distance in 3 minutes. 50.419. 0.316 the winning margin. Put your hands together for Mark Jennings, the 1995 Australian champion, has stormed home and in the last 2 laps has made up 1.5 seconds to get him up on the line. 0.316 the winning margin, with Bradley Roberts having the quick lap of the race at 22.437. There will be a relegation. Car 25 has been relegated 2 spots for unnecessary contact. He'll be 5th, so it'll be Jennings, Bridges, Coleman, Briggs and Roberts. Your top 5.
Takes out heat race number 20. And one man who'll be very pumped up about that, he was sitting so lowly in points. He was in the 30s after night number 1, looking to bounce back on the second night, and what better way than a maximum from near the back of the bus. And Mark, you had to work hard for that one to come from here on the back to take the win. It must feel good after last night's troubles.
Yeah, no, that was pretty cool actually, and you know the guys in the we did a bit of damage last night, that last one, but we missed a heat, so looks like we're a B main at best, but car's starting to feel good and everything's starting to work, so hopefully my bad luck's gone.
It must feel like a positive as well, knowing that starting from 8th and taking a win, the car can move.
Yeah, well that track's the boys told me on the bank that the bottom was working for Brumfield, so I knew I had to get down there on it. I was going to have a look at the top side myself. Bit greasy, so we went back to the bottom and it seemed to work pretty good for us and just had to work on them one at a time.
A lot of people you like to thank?
Yeah, my wife and my daughter, Demi and Natalie, come all this way with me. Me 1,000 Ks for us to get here this weekend, so no, it's been good. To thank to them and all the other guys from Victoria and South Australia that's helping us out. Cheers.
Well, there's a state title as well happening in his part of the country. Mark Jennings wins heat race number 20.